Santa Clara Vanguard certainly was on the vanguard at the turn of the century. Let's get into the 2000s now. Adagio for Strings in 2000. Some have called it the saddest piece of music ever written. Certainly Santa Clara found that in Adagio, but they found so much more, so much nuance in that Samuel Barber masterpiece. The purpose and the privilege of our work here today is to provide an opportunity to share your generosity. This is an opportunity for you to give and for you to have an impact that really is incalculable. Your donation will ripple out through the members and through all of the lives that Vanguard touches. It's an opportunity at the core. That is what it is. So please give and be part of this. Be part of this great experience. Take that opportunity and seize the moment right here. I guess if I had to pick my favorite Vanguard show from the 2000s, it would be '09. In fact, my wife, Martha, would not forgive me probably if I didn't pick Ballet for Martha, which, by the way, when we were dating, one of the first shows I showed her was Ballet for Martha, 2009 Vanguard. So I think that's when she decided to marry me, as a matter of fact. I'll have to ask her, or you can the next time you see her. You know, I wish we lived in a world where we didn't have to ask for money. I'll go as strongly as using the word beg, because I'm begging you to support Santa Clara Vanguard and to keep this core going. Don't tell the other core fans, but when I'm asked the question, if you're stuck on a desert island with a really nice stereo, Dan, what one core would you have on that island with you? And it would be Vanguard. Because of the variety, because of the cutting edge stuff Vanguard has always done. As you know, I love every drum corps in DCI, truly. Everybody's got to have a child that's their favorite. Shh, don't tell anybody. Mine's Vanguard. I hope Vanguard is yours too. Please give now. Stand up with Vanguard front and center.
Santa Clara Vanguard family, this is Richard Armstrong checking in with you, and I'm so honored to be able to bring something to the table for this wonderful and auspicious occasion. This is something that I have wanted to do for a long time, and so I'm so glad to be able to bring this to you. So a couple of songs that have really affected me through my life and my career have been "Sending the Clowns," and the other song that we would always play was "You'll Never Walk Alone." Well, this the last one, I thought, well, I can kind of write an arrangement of it and bring it to my brass group that I've been performing with, called the Brass Mafia, an extension of the Jazz Mafia. And so we were able to slip this in, and I'm so happy to be able to bring this to you. I added about 20 horns to it, trombone, trumpet, and flugelhorn, and to make it sound bigger. But this is a live performance of us performing it in the Redwoods in Berkeley. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see everyone soon. 1, 2, 3. front and center with the Vanguard. Please stand with me and donate now.
I hope that motivated you to give. What a beautiful arrangement of You'll Never Walk Alone, and what a beautiful setting. Outstanding. And that was done exclusively for this front and center show. So we all a big debt of gratitude for putting that together. Really, really cool. Time for you to do your part. If you were motivated by that at all, and I know you were, let's donate now. Front and center, let's stand up and support Vanguard Music and Performing Arts right now. I was also asked by our producer to answer this question. What do you think the Santa Clara Vanguard means to drum corps fans? I can sum it up in one word. I bet you know what it is. I bet if we did a focus group and asked this question, the very first answer people would have is class. And maybe that's at the root of why I love Vanguard. It is class epitomized. That's it for my part. I really enjoyed this hour. Thank you to everybody who's given. If you haven't, please do so now. Let's go back to my buddy Ryan Turner, Hulk Smash. Let's go, Ryan.
Thank you, Dan. Hulk Smash. You know, it's been a great few hours so far. We're not even close to being done. And you guys continue to amaze me and amaze the crew here and amaze the powers that be of the Santa Clara Vanguard. We're well over $117,000 raised during this incredible live streaming event that I've had the pleasure and honor to be the host of. So I thank you all out there in internet land for your generosity. I'd like to point out some very special people that have just gone above and beyond, and some noteworthy folks from our history. Christine Krause, in memory of Sally McGee. She was always so proud of the Corps. Christine, you gave us $2,084. Amazing. My buddy Joe Lewis, in memory of Ray Rolloget, who was your Stockton Commodore brother, champions together in 1973. $52. Thank you, buddy. To my longtime friend and judging mentor, Mr. Dan Smith, charter member of the Santa Clara Vanguard and a member of the Hall of Fame. He's just paying it forward for his hometown corps. Dan Smith very generously gave $2,660. Unbelievable. Andy Toth, $55. Lindsay Schuler, one of the very few female drill designers out in the world, and dedicates her donation to the great Michael Gaines, and through his page, and then she says, kayak is clearly a good boy. From Fred Van Wert, who is Jeremy Van Wert's dad, says, with gratitude for the values and traits of character the Santa Clara Vanguard instilled in our son, he donated $1,097. In memory of Chip Worthington, an anonymous donor from the 90s Jones, donated $20. Lisa Andrisi, $833 in memory of my parents whose love and support helped me make my drum corps dream come true. Deb Pilar, $253. And she says TNP LSC. And John Davison, $53 in memory of our founder, Gail Royer. Terry Weisky, I hope I said your name right, $553. Leslie Daughtery, $104. My buddy, Dr. Tim Benge, $100. And Donnie and Lori Van Doren, $260. And they say we have a strong activity when we have a strong Santa Clara Vanguard. Couldn't agree with you more. Rafael Rodriguez, so grateful for Santa Clara. Truly, the music of the night. He donated $1,089. And then the UCLA Director of Bands, Gordon Henderson, a longtime arranger and composer for the Santa Clara Vanguard, $153. And Gordon, if you're listening, can you imagine where this little trombone player ended up from 1982? Yeah, you remember. Alan Christensen, $260, the famous DCI judge. Just a tip of the iceberg, like I've said before, of the amazing generosity out in the world for the Santa Clara Vanguard organization. $117,000 some odd dollars. We set a new goal, and it's $150,000. We hope to get there by the end. We got about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours left of our telethon, if you were. Well, I call it a telethon. It's really not. It's a live streaming event. But your support, your generosity has just been off the charts. So thank you very much, and we continue on. You know, one of the most iconic voices in the drum corps community is someone that is so recognizable to all of us, and for a very long time. Of course, I'm speaking of the voice of DCI himself, Mr. Brant Crocker. I had the pleasure to sit down with the voice of DCI and talk to him about his special relationship with the Santa Clara Vanguard organization. He's a great man, and he is a great announcer. He knows exactly what to do, and I know from firsthand experience what it is like to be an announcer. I've been announcing here in Southern California and across the state in all aspects of the pageantry arts. The most fun I have, of course, is doing the drum corps shows. And I had an opportunity to be able to meet Brant Crocker a long time ago, back when I was the announcer for the Kingsman Alumni Corps at the Rose Bowl back in 2007. That was an incredible experience to go down on the field and have the microphone handed to me by Brant. And that was my first time meeting him. And since then, we've been friends, and he's just an incredible man. You know, I understand we have, though, some budding young announcers that are actually auditioning to become the next voice of DCI. So watch out, Brant. Now, be honest, how many times have you announced your favorite drum corps on the field in your best Brant Crocker voice? Well, you know, let's see how these kids did. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the man, the myth, the legend himself. This is Brant Crocker, ladies and gentlemen. Brant, I'm going to be interviewing you, and I hope you are ready to take a little bit of a trip down memory lane with me. You have what I think would be regarded as a very special relationship with the Santa Clara Vanguard that you've developed over the years. In 2002, you and your wife cooked for the entire corps, and you fed them literally on the front lawn of your house there in Iowa. Can you talk to us about that day, how that came to be, and what your memories, anything special about that day?
Well, it wasn't just in the front yard, and we didn't do it just ourselves either. We had friends involved, but that goes back to the year 1970, and the troopers were in Racine, Wisconsin, and we had a young man in the corps, and his folks fed us. And it was so nice to have a home-cooked meal while being on the road. And I never forgot that, nor did Janet. And we always said, you know, sometime if the time ever presents itself, we're going to do that. And then in 2002 with Valenzuela, I don't know how we got into it. I just, you know, they're going to be in the Yankee show and say, hey, you know, we'll feed you. We had a great time. And the thing about it was so impressive. We never found a cigarette butt. We never found a pop can. You would have never known anybody had even been there.
Hey, JW, I got a question for you, as a matter of fact. Who or what gave you the idea to reach out to Brant and ask him to come on tour?
I mean, listening to Brant talk about, you know, again, that lack of exposure from the show sponsor, that disconnect of, you know, well, why can't a corps do this or why can't a corps do that? Because they really didn't have, they didn't have a concept. All right, Brant, come on out. All right, put your money up, you know, boom, and do it. Because if you show up, I'll put you to work, and you're going to get to learn exactly what goes on behind the scenes. You know, it's not the glamour of the 13 minutes on the field in the uniform. Of course, when he said, okay, you know, I mean, it was stunning. You know, I was still, until he actually showed up and walked up, you know, to Miss Amana, I still wasn't quite sure he was actually going to show. But once he did, then, well, yeah, okay, you're here, shut up, here's your bags, put it there and get to work. And once you're done peeling onions, come on out to the field because I want you to announce when the corps does their run through for the night, you know, in a rehearsal, which blew their minds.
I didn't do that the first day I got there. The first day I was there, when the rehearsal was over, and I just stood on top of the equipment truck and watched them. I didn't do anything. But anyway, the kids were heading into the gym, and it was coming up on bedtime, 11 o'clock, and J-Dub said, come with me, I want you to talk to the kids. And I said, what do you want me to say? You'll think of something. And so, I mean, I just stood in the doorway, and he gives this rather interesting introduction. He said, I'm going to introduce the guy that you're not going to recognize, but I think you'll recognize his voice. That was my first encounter with the corps as a whole. And so, yeah, they did. Then the next day I did that announcement at rehearsal, and I've been doing them ever since.
Brant, you've been around for so long for some very amazing moments in our Santa Clara Vanguard's history. I'm just curious, which one stands out the most for you and why?
99, because that week I spent with the Corps, the last day I was there, JW said, "So you want to talk to kids?" Well, maybe I should say something. So anyway, for whatever reason now, I said to them, and after thanking them for allowing me to be a part of their life for a week, that I said, I think, in my opinion, what you have is you're going to be the new DCI world champion. There's no doubt in my mind. And if you do that, I can assure you I will be there with you. They hand me the slip of paper and there's a tie. Santa Clara and the Blue Devils, but it's still a championship. And so we go through all the rigmarole, all that crap, and the run-throughs are over, and I walk down and standing there with JW, and the kids are gathered around and they're chatting and so forth, and they start to play or sing clowns, I don't know. And JW pushed me in the middle of the circle and said, "You need to be there." Wow. And I had tears in my eyes. This day, clown still puts goosebumps on my arm, and I have it in my funeral arrangements that will be played at my funeral. And it was just a very emotional moment, and it meant a lot that he did that. And as time has gone along, and after the Alumni Corps in 2017, it was made very clear to me that I am actually a member now of the Vanguard family. I wouldn't trade it for all the tea in China.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Van Wert, Co-Interim Executive Director of Vanguard Music and Performing Arts. We have a few really wonderful initiatives, and I wanted to talk to you about those today and show you some interviews. I'm just so glad that you have all chosen today to stand with us front and center. One of our new initiatives is the Vanguard Emerging Leaders Committee of the Board, which consists of current members and recent age-outs to provide input and understanding to our board of directors from the perspective of our young members and recent alumni. The second initiative is our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiative, and I sat down and had an interview with Jennifer Bauman and Kenny Williams about this. Please take some time to go to our website and to watch these interviews, and here's a sneak peek, and thank you so much for supporting our organization. I'm here with Jennifer Bauman and Carl Huang of Vanguard to talk about Vanguard Emerging Leaders.
The Vanguard Emerging Leaders was created to be a youth advisory board to the Vanguard board, and it was meant to give recent age-outs, recent alumni, and current membership a voice into the direction of the organization. And it's also intended to create future leaders of Vanguard, to give people an opportunity for leadership, to help people with their careers, to provide mentorship opportunities, because we really have some really wonderful people coming through the ranks of our organization, and to give them a voice within the organization about what are their important things from their point of view, I think was a piece that we've been missing for a really long time, and now we've put that together.
Really, the two words that kind of come to my mind when I think about the whole process of getting VEL put together, it's really comes down to inspirational and just really, really motivating. It's really been super humbling and exciting to work with people one-on-one and hear their ideas that they want to bring forth to the board and really just enact as much change as possible. And then at the same time, we've also started a few small projects. We just completed a resume and cover letter workshop to build up our leaders' education and getting them ready and prepared for the future. So it's been so awesome just seeing everything start up, and I I'm so excited to see what else we can like get ready for the future.
Fabulous. Carl and Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us on the Front and Center fundraiser to talk about this wonderful new program that we have. Best of luck to you and this committee in doing something really great for our organization. Thank you so much. And I'm here with Jennifer Bauman and Kenny Williams, who are a part of the board's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Jennifer, I wanted to ask you a question. Can you tell us why the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee was created?
Sure. So the Vanguard has a history of being open to diversity and has historically been inclusive. But we felt that in light of recent events that have put a spotlight on inequality and racial injustice in our country, we felt that now is the time to formalize our true commitment. So we created the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee to show Vanguard's commitment to making long-term systemic changes within our organization and also within our community.
Inclusion has always been something that Vanguard has done a really good job of doing. And so I think it's important because right now we are making a commitment. It's important for us at this point in the activity to continue being what we were as an organization. It's kind of being on the forefront of every movement that's happened within DCI in this activity. So being able to commit to a diverse and inclusive organization in all areas. My understanding is that this started with a lot of the members. And so having something that the members feel so, drawn to and so committed to, and so that this is something that's important in their lifetime that we need to make sure that we are addressing. I feel that makes it even more special because it's not just, us old people sitting here trying to dictate to the younger generation about what Vanguard means and what Vanguard should be.
Hello, my name is Brant Crocker, and I'm the field announcer for DCI and have been for the last 48 years. Tonight, I'm going to teach you how to announce the Santa Clara Vanguard. Now, you have to understand, Santa Clara Vanguard is 3 words, but you say it as one. That's how it comes out. Ladies and gentlemen, on the field from Santa Clara, California, the Santa Clara Vanguard. 1 word. So anyway, there you go. So anyway, give it a shot.
Hey, the Santa Clara Vanguard, right in the camera.
You might want to not told me that.
Oh.
Well,
The Santa Clara Vanguard.
a little growl in there, which can be a challenge, because I didn't know how to do that for years either.
Say the Santa Clara Vanguard. Say the Santa Clara Vanguard.
Santa Clara Vanguard.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Oh.
The Santa Clara Vanguard.
Well, maybe you should find something else to do in your life. Anyway, but nice try. Appreciate your efforts.
On the field from Santa Clara, California, the Santa Clara Vanguard.
And
The Santa Clara Vanguard.
yeah, you're going to get into that sort of thing. Hi, everybody. I'm Brant Crocker, the voice of DCI. I'm standing front and center with the Vanguard in 2020. Please stand with me and please donate today. We thank you in advance for your help.